Chapter 108, 98 Tiger Swallow Dual Forms Town Yin-Yang. Lu Chenju returned to his seat, recovered his breath, and waited. In the following matches, Ricken faced a 5th-ranked strong opponent. Being toyed with by an enemy skilled in monkey-form fist, he ultimately lost and was eliminated at this stage. He had done his best. Such a level of competition, securing a place is already not bad, Ricken encouraged. Thank you, Father. I will cultivate even harder. Ricken, breathing heavily like a bull, continued to watch the upcoming matches. He wanted to see if Lu Chenju could seize the crown in one go. He hoped he could. Spring and autumn, ever-changing 4 seasons, no certainty. Wang He's palms shifted, his voice thunderous as they cracked and snapped, sending his 5th-rank opponent flying after withstanding 10 moves with a returning, sweeping palm that leveraged force. Zim Martial Arts Hall, Wang He, victorious. Worthy of a martial artist's son, such impressive oppressive force, maintaining composure as he killed his way to the top 8. The announcer declared Wang He's victory. Now, the top 8 were decided, all of 5th-rank cultivation. One could say these were the finest among the low-class root bones of Sioux City. Each one had experiences of instant enlightenment, and apart from Chenju, most of the other competitors came from deeply entrenched family backgrounds. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for them to reach 5th rank before the age of 18. The matches for the top 8 advancing to the top 4 began, and Lu Chenju's opponent was a 17-year-old 5th-rank peak master, Qian Ming, from the senior class of Jiangnan Martial Arts University. Having witnessed his opponent's strength, Qian Ming dared not underestimate Lu Chenju and began with probing attacks to test the depth of Lu Chenju's skills. Lu Chenju finally used his 2nd move, then his 3rd, and on the 5th, sent his adversary who was practicing Loach fist flying. Let's give applause to Qian Ming. He finally broke the one-punch legend of Lu Chenju. It proves that even 2nd-class martial arts can have astounding effects. Loach fist, originating from the fishermen's wild fist techniques of the Jiangnan water towns, excelled at evasion and entanglement. Perfected, one would be as slippery as a loach. This was the first time Lu Chenju encountered an enemy with such fist moves. Perhaps he could defeat the opponent quickly with swallow form, but there was no need, as long as he secured the win. He smiled and said, "An interesting fist technique." Qian Ming didn't feel ashamed of his loss to Lu Chenju. Instead, he wore a smug expression and laughed. "I've embarrassed myself, only to exit the stage a bit later. You fought pretty well. Brother Lu, let's add each other as friends off stage." "No problem." Martial artists making friends through fists. Friendship first, competition second. The path of martial arts is long. It would be rather unwise to be overly consumed by momentary fame and fortune and lose the long-term friendship of a fellow martial artist. And so, the names of the final 4 emerged. On the 4 large screens of the sports hall, 4 figures appeared. Lu Chenju, Wang He, Suchen, Su Jiyushan. The other 2, one from Kunlun High School, the other from Dragon and Tiger Academy. In the end, it was still the battle of the famous schools from Fangshan. Not a single one from Pingjiang Martial Arts University made it to the finals, showing the stark dominance of the top-level martial schools. In the rest area, Jiaxuantong. Chenju, be careful of Wang He. He's just 1 step away from 6th rank. The Wang family of Sioux City was also a martial arts family in the past. Although they have fallen on hard times, their first-class martial arts Spring and Autumn Palm is not unfounded in its reputation. You haven't learned any first-class martial arts yet, have you? I haven't. I will learn them after the competition. This isn't urgent. Martial arts skills are difficult to master, and I reckon Wang He is only at the mastery realm. You have the advantage in Qi blood. Your Black Tiger Fist and Tiger Supreme Fist are enough to face off against an enemy. Okay. The other 2, Su Chen's situation is similar to Wang He's. I felt it out when I was making the rounds in the rest area earlier. Su Jiyushan seems to be at 6th rank already. I'll be more cautious then. Su Jiyushan, at 18 years old, was just on the edge of the youth group, 2 years older than Lu Chenju. At that age, for an instant enlightenment with abundant innate resources, reaching 6th rank wasn't hard. At 11 a.m. after a rest, the contest continued. The match results were out, Lu Chenju against Su Chen and Wang He against Su Jiyushan. Lu Chenju felt somewhat disappointed in his heart. I was originally looking forward to facing Wang He. It looks like he will be eliminated by Su Jiyushan. It's very difficult for a 5th rank to fight against a 6th rank. On the stage, Su Chen bowed with his hands clasped together. I'm from Pingjiang Martial Arts Hall, proficient in Tai Chi. Tai Chi boxing is profound and extensive. Tai Chi gives birth to the two instruments, which in turn give birth to the four symbols. From this, a myriad of complicated martial arts schools emerged, even evolving into the 8 trigrams lineage. Taoist schools are commonly proficient in Tai Chi boxing, and Kunlun Martial Arts University is derived from the quest of the 4 Taoist academies. After exchanging courtesies, Su Chen initiated the combat. He was practicing the second-class Tai Chi lineage martial art, yin-yang double strike, advocating one punch targeting yin and the other targeting yang. The combination of yin and yang is invincible under heaven. Su Chen exuded a vigorous aura, his left hand transforming into a palm and sending out an invisible gust of wind that seemed like the 5-finger mountain bearing down. When the opponent's attention was focused on that, his yin hand stealthily reached out. The yang hand strikes to engage, the yin hand strikes to kill. Luchenju stomped his right foot on the ground, his body shaking like a dog shedding water, harnessing the dark strength from his entire body to his right arm. His muscles sprung like a spring, repelling the yang hand. With his left hand formed into a tiger claw, he unleashed inch force with a fierce strike, confronting the yin hand head-on. With a slap, Su Chen seemed to have been hit by a tidal wave, his body involuntarily stepping back to dissipate the force. Taking 2 steps for every 3, Lu Chenju's continuous fierce tiger penetration fist collided incessantly with Su Chen's yin-yang double palm. Suddenly, Lu Chenju changed his move to a bent-over leg sweep, his right hand swinging in a great swing fist towards the opponent's soft rib. Su Chen leaped up, spinning to dodge, and performed a backflip to widen the gap, his heart still in shock. That was close. Before he caught his breath, Lu Chenju transformed from black tiger to a sea swallow, lightly touching the ground 3 times, sweeping across half the stage and arriving in front of him like flight. Su Chen countered Lu Chenju's double arms with a deflection palm, always feeling that this strike was light and airy, not at all like a tiger-formed fist. Just as he was doubting, Lu Chenju's eyes widened, and with a low growl black tiger dark strength coursed through his right elbow, topping Su Chen directly in the chest with inch force. Su Chen's yin hand spread below to guard his chest, and suddenly a fierce force like a train's head-on collision came at him. His body slightly arched to dissipate the force, but Lu Chenju's bent-over left charging punch hit his abdomen like a spear. Snap! The dark strength exploded, the crisp sound shocking. Su Chen was sent flying backward, standing up with a pale face clutching his abdomen. I lost. You practice more than just tiger form, right? Lu Chenju gave a slight smile. Tiger swallow dual forms, thank you for your grace. The announcer's voice came through. Exciting, so exciting. Little Lu actually practices tiger swallow dual forms. After the battle ended, Lu Chenju basked in the thunderous applause. Expectedly, his next opponent should be Su Jiyushin from Dragon and Tiger Academy. Back in the rest room, he looked at the big screen. As expected, Su Jiyushin had been continuously overpowering Wang He the whole time. The latter could only dodge and bide his time, but defeat was a matter of when, not if. Suddenly, Wang He burst into laughter and fought even more fiercely. Taking advantage of Su Jiyushin's momentary lapse in attention, he managed to send the 6th-ranked fighter off the stage. Wang He caused an upset. He won. The commentator's astonished voice spread throughout the venue. How is this possible? Wang He won. In the VIP hall, Grandmaster Yuan's expression shifted. He broke through to 6th rank with spring and autumn palm during the fight. Interesting. I thought it was going to be a peak showdown between Lu Chenju and Su Jiyushin, but turns out Wang He is the dark horse. I haven't seen such a battlefield breakthrough in a long time. Chapter 109. 99 Arhat reclining on the tiger in spring and autumn. The Martial Arts Hall. Wang Jian revealed a smile, constantly applauding. Good, truly worthy of being my son Wang Jian. To be honest, he hadn't expected Wang He to make it to the championship match. Reaching the semifinals had already satisfied him, but the boy really did fight for it, he said with relief. Wang He's spring and autumn palm was just a step away from the breakthrough realm. Stimulated by the high-pressure environment of the competition, and with luck on his side, a breakthrough at this critical moment is indeed reasonable. The Martial Arts Academy, students next to him, laughed out loud. Congratulations, Brother Wang, first place is stable. 5th-rank body defeating a 6th rank. Who could achieve such a feat? That Lu Chenju might seem powerful, but he's just lucky, only good at bullying lower realm martial artists with a 6th-rank body. If he were to face Brother Wang, he'd probably stand no chance. Wang Jian saw the students planting their flags, and he frowned. Don't celebrate too soon. There was no doubt that Lu Chenju's performance had also reached 6th rank. Moreover, this man had even more impressive presence and a profound understanding of tiger form. It's really hard to say whose game it will be. Up in the stands, the audience there for entertainment were elated. Xiao Lu has encountered a strong opponent. Wang He is so fierce, could he be on drugs? That's impossible. There's drug testing every day, before and after the matches. I still believe in one-punch Xiao Lu. Wang He is the dark horse here. A breakthrough at such a critical moment is really rare. Pingjiang Mansion. The old couple was looking at the voting taking place in the live streaming room. Who do you think will win the championship of this match? Cast your decisive vote now, and if you guess right, you have a chance to win a beautiful little gift from the host. Do we even need to say, it's definitely Chenju? Exactly. After casting their votes, they checked the numbers. Lu Chenju, 1311 votes. Wang He, 845 votes. Both of their votes were still soaring, with tens of thousands of people online in the live streaming room. This event quickly hyped up the 100 Academies Exchange Tournament. Fangshan Dragon City High School. Ha ha ha, Chenju made it to the finals. Chenju, don't forget to use hard Qigong. As soon as class ended, the students came to watch the exchange tournament livestream. Even Wang Kaying from the first-year class quietly opened the livestream. Damn it, brother, you can't lose. Inside the teacher's office, Yu Zheng, Hong Fu, and a group of teachers also gathered together. The championship match is about to start. Chenju is secure. Mr. Hong, don't pop the champagne at halftime. Wang He is no pushover. Just wait and see. Whatever spring and autumn palm, tiger form is unbeatable, all right. At the summit of Fangshan, Grandmaster Wang was puffing clouds of smoke, not paying any attention to the tournament. He knew the outcome held no suspense. Lu Chenju was bound to come first. As the old man who peeked at Lu Chenju training his fist technique daily atop the mountain, no one understood Lu Chenju better than he did. Beautiful Life Plastic and Cosmetic Surgery Hospital. Dr. Chen's eyebrows were furrowed in concern. He wasn't a martial artist, but from the comments section, everyone said that Lu Chenju must have 6th rank cultivation and was a promising martial artist seedling. Let us also include him in the martial arts seedling removal plan list. Forget Sorrow Mother, land of supreme bliss. With the Void Realm as a great rear, the future of the human world must be a pure land of bliss. Martial artists need to be eradicated. Sioux City Sports Gymnasium. On the ring, 2 figures strided forward with the poise of dragons and the step of tigers. The highly anticipated final showdown had begun. The spectator seats had already formed 2 distinct camps. One Punch Xiao Lu. Spring and Autumn Wang He. Regardless of the outcome, both of their names were now well known. Right now, Wang He was full of confidence. The thundering cheers made him enjoy every moment. The protagonist in legendary stories is always the one who breaks through at the critical moment. In this moment, Wang He, was the protagonist. Wang He clasped his fists and declared loudly, "Brother Lu's performance was nothing short of dazzling. You must have been at 6th rank for a while now. I hope in the upcoming duel, both of us will give our all and have no regrets." He wanted to win spectacularly. "Come on." Lu Chenju made a welcoming gesture. Wang He let out a light chuckle and approached with steps depicting the 8 trigrams. Unlike the various sects of the elephant form fist, the 8 trigrams integrated movement techniques based on a single principle, collectively called 8 trigrams continuous steps. The spring and autumn palm passed down in the Wang family, on the other hand, placed more emphasis on unpredictability in its step patterns. Move like the wind, stand like a nail. By the stance, Lu Chenju knew he was facing a formidable opponent. He was all eyes and ears, ready to unleash his power, with his arms crossed to seal the way and hold his breath while employing the Arhat skill. Caution was paramount to avoid injury. Spring and autumn continuous pen. Wang He felt the timing was right and closed the distance to Lu Chenju with an elusive air, his palm technique flowing continuously. Before his fist even arrived, the wind from the strikes was already blowing Lu Chenju's clothes. Lu Chenju used his left arm for support to block, and his right hand to strike like a fierce tiger through the forest, delivering a dark force punch straight to Wang He's chest. Wang He recoiled and then flashed back, counterattacking with his 8 trigrams continuous palm. Lu Chenju somersaulted to dodge. It was his first exchange with a 6th-rank practitioner of the 8 trigrams lineage, and he was still unfamiliar with the routines, nearly getting hit. He entered tiger form, bending his body slightly like a cat hunting mice, turning into a lightning-fast step forward, a fierce tiger pouncing with a paw aimed at the face, followed by a bent-over leg sweep. Wang He sidestepped into the Cayenne Gua position and returned fire with his palm technique. Crag traggle pop pop. The two exchanged blows in a crisscross pattern, evenly matched for a brief time. With endless variations, Wang He's palm technique combined feints and real attacks, while Lu Chenju's punches were forceful and merciless. Within a short time, they exchanged over 100 moves, a stark contrast to the earlier rapid combat, both maxing out their capabilities and intent, equally matched. Indeed, both Lu Chenju and Wang He have met their match in this life. The battle has become intense. It's unclear who will break the deadlock first. The commentator's voice was heard. Most spectators were ordinary people and saw only 2 blurry figures entangled on the stage, fists and palms detonating the air with their blows. The martial artists in the audience watched with great interest. Old Jai was particularly on edge. This Wang He, he's got something. Also feeling tense was Wang Jian. Has Lu Chenju also trained in hard Qigong? He had a bad feeling. In the VIP room, Grandmaster Yuan seemed to have foreseen the outcome of the battle. Their skills are closely matched. Wang He has the advantage of first-class martial arts, while Lu Chenju has hard Qigong and an imperceptible evil Qi. We'll see who shows a weakness first. After 300 moves, Wang He quickly put some distance between himself and Lu Chenju. Looking at his reddened hands, he was shocked internally. I can't keep fighting like this. Under equal cultivation levels, someone who trained both internally and externally would undoubtedly have both a stronger resistance to blows and greater stamina than one who only practiced inner boxing. Once Lu Chenju gradually adapted to his fist technique, it would be his time to counterattack, and Wang He would surely lose. Wang He made a decisive move to take a risk. He stepped into the Zhen trigram position. Spring thunder shakes the ground, all living things wake from hibernation. This was the most powerful move in the spring and autumn palm, without a doubt. Crackle and snap. With the palm strike released, Wang He's breath seemed to echo with the distant sound of thunder. He wrapped Lu Chenju up with his 8 trigrams continuous steps, blocking his movement. Lu Chenju used his movement technique to find an opening, flying and searching for an opportunity, pushing his hard Qi Gong to the limit. Due to the intense fight, his training clothes ripped open from the inflated muscles, revealing a stone Buddha Arhat-like magnificent upper body undeniably. Instantly, excited shouts from the fitness buffs in the audience erupted. Damn, that's so cool. That muscle is just too perfect, like an Arhat sculpture. Female viewers also sent waves of admiring looks. Handsome. Sigh. On the stage, Wang He shouted, Brother Lu, let's end this with one last palm strike. Come on. Roar. Lu Chenju emitted the sound of a tiger roar and delivered the mightiest punch of the tiger's supreme fist, the Tiger Venerate Ming King Descent Fist, unleashing a circle of invisible rippling Qi. The long-anticipated tiger evil was also unleashed. At that moment, Lu Chenju was like an Arhat riding a fierce tiger, descending upon the human world. Bang! 2 distinctive dark forces collided with an explosive sound. Excellent, it looks like both have used their killing moves. It seems they are tired of probing and striking at each other. This is a proper face-to-face confrontation. The commentator had barely finished speaking. Wang He and Lu Chenju flew backward at the same time. Lu Chenju quickly got up from his roll, looking at the burning red palm print on his chest, and whispered, To still injure me despite dissipating the force through movement technique and hard Qigong. Wang He's last palm strike was indeed powerful. He stepped forward, ready to end the match, only to find that Wang He had already passed out, spitting blood. He can't take a hit. He hadn't even used his full strength just now. Chapter 110, 100 I am number 1. Excuse me. Medical staff rushed over, swiftly taking out equipment and medications to check Wang He's injuries. As they lifted his shirt, a huge dark bruise from a punch emerged. Is everything all right, doctor? Lu Chenju came forward, concerned about his opponent. A very experienced martial arts doctor smiled and said, "No worries, it's just a severe internal shaking that led to unconsciousness due to chi blood rushing to the heart. There are no fractures or internal injuries. A sixth-rank body isn't that fragile." At this moment, rounds of cheering had already submerged the sports hall. Lu Chenju. It's still him, a punch from Xiao Lu. The final showdown was too thrilling. Wang He is also quite formidable. We should have more of these competitions in the future. Exactly, no more meaningless concerts with all that chaotic noise. The audience was thoroughly entertained, excitedly expressing their satisfaction. The commentator shouted, "Let's congratulate Lu Chenju on seizing the championship throne. Coming up next are the battles for second and third place. Let's look forward to them." Lu Chenju returned to the lounging area. At this time, Shiruyu and the others had all rushed over. "Junior brother, you were so cool." Shiruyu's face was flushed with excitement, more so than if she had been competing herself. Du felt sentimental. "It was hard enough for me to reach 4th rank, and you're already at 6th rank. Even with the same low-class root bone, there's a chasm between them." Jai Chuntong smiled and said, "I always said you had no problem being first." Old Jai was overwhelmed with emotion as he looked at the screen that prominently featured Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall. Just the name alone had earned back the 200,000 cash prize awarded to Lu Chenju. A core student earning 200,000 a year. Without saying much, just bringing in 5 more would mean 1 million. A shrewd person like Old Jai never loses out. In any case, the Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall wouldn't lack students in the future. "Congratulations, Jai. Your disciple is really remarkable." The giant, having watched the entire competition, came with his son Ricken to offer his blessings. "Ha ha ha, I'll treat everyone to a meal some other day." Jai Chuantong was in high spirits, no longer caring about the past. Soon after watching the live broadcast, the old couple called. Li Xianghua asked with concern, "Chenju, you're not hurt, are you?" "It's nothing," Lu Gyuping said joyfully. "Son, you must be the first among the low-class root-bone individuals in Sioux City now, right?" Lu Chenju replied. "In this world of hidden dragons and crouching tigers, before one ascends to the peak of martial arts, who dares to claim they are first? Who would dare to say they are unbeatable? My journey in martial arts has only just begun." "Good, that's my son. Stay humble and keep on striving." Elsewhere, with the doctor's aid, Wang He also regained consciousness. He looked at his father, who was anxious, and smiled. "Dad, I'm fine. The fight was exhilarating." Wang Jian said, "Then keep working hard, son." He turned his gaze toward the Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall's resting area. Cultivating both internally and externally, Stone Buddha Arhat, what a Lu Chenju. With the might of the Thunder Trigram Palm from the Spring and Autumn Palm technique, it was rare for anyone below 7th rank to be able to take it head-on, yet Lu Chenju had managed it, impressing him deeply. Wang He's loss was not unwarranted. Throughout history, all martial artists who cultivated both internally and externally at the same time were invincible among their peers. Once these individuals broke their limits, they often became even stronger. VIP room. Having watched all the youth group competitions, Grandmaster Yuan said with a contented expression, very good, very good. Senior, Sioux City truly has an abundance of talent." Chen Yi had already identified several martial artists worth investing in, just waiting for headquarters to approve. It was essential to act early. Otherwise, the talents that his Taoist science and technology unearthed could be snatched up by the rival competitor, divine martial technology. Lu Chenju Wang He Su Jiushan Su Chen. Without a doubt, the highest priority was Lu Chenju. The shortest cultivation time, the fastest progress, a boundless future. Atop the podium, Lu Chenju stood on the champion's platform, nearly 50,000 gazes fixed on him. Envy, jealousy, admiration, frenzy. He raised the trophy. A young, beautiful host approached to interview Lu Chenju. "What would you like to say right now?" Lu Chenju thought for a moment and exclaimed loudly, "Flying Swallow, sea sweeping unrestrained." His life had taken off from the Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall. His future would be an immeasurably vast world. Below the stage, Old Jai nearly teared up, moved. As a martial artist, it had been a long time since he'd felt this way. He certainly hadn't misjudged Lu Chenju. Even his award speech was giving the Martial Arts Academy free advertising. Such a sincere kid, he decided on the spot to double the prize money. 400,000. Precisely what Chenju needed for going to martial arts university soon, as it was difficult to move forward without money early on. This money would serve as an academic advancement gift from him, the teacher. After the award ceremony, stepping down from the podium, Wang He extended his hand, saying, "Thanks, Brother Lu, for holding back." Lu Chenju replied with a smile. "A friendly bout should stop at courtesy. You didn't go all out either." Initially, Lu Chenju, because of Wang Kang's actions, had had no fondness for Zih Martial Arts Hall, but after interacting with Wang He directly, he found that Wang He himself was actually quite likable. Furthermore, since Wang Kang had repaid his father's money, they could consider that matter closed. Wang He said, "When I have the chance, I'll visit Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall, and we can spar some more." Looking forward to it. Full and intense sparring could speed up proficiency. After that one battle, Lu Chenju's proficiency in Tiger Supreme Fist had already improved on the spot. Of course, that was just a small part. More importantly were the improvements in combat awareness and experience, things one can't learn from just practicing punches. Sparring with peers of similar strength was something he eagerly desired. The top 8 competitors exchanged contact information and agreed to fight again in the future. Thus, Lu Chenju also made many friends from outside the school, a trip worth the time. At that moment, Chenyi walked over with a beaming smile. "Would the top 8 contenders please follow me?" He led the group of youths backstage, where 8 brand new cars gleaming with black and gold awaited. These were the renowned Seeking Tao Type 9. Chenyi said with a smile, "The champion's car is fully equipped, the runner-up has a high configuration, third place has a medium configuration, and all other models are standard but start at a value of 1,000,000. These are your prizes." "Thank you, President Chen. Thank you, Taoist Science and Technology." Lu Chenju didn't have a driver's license. He had asked Lu Guoping, and his father adamantly declined, saying that he dare not drive such an expensive car, and even the built-in qi blood restoring light was of no use. He suggested Lu Chenju should either sell the car once he got it or ask the organizers if he could get cash instead. Embarrassed, he inquired, "President Chen, I can't drive. Can I exchange the prize for cash?" Wang He exclaimed from the side, "Brother Lu, this is a limited edition custom-made for the champion." He definitely wanted to drive it himself. It would be a matter of prestige. But remembering that Chenju's family was not well off, he also suggested, "Yeah, how about giving Brother Lu cash instead?" Chenyu was placed in an awkward position for a moment. According to headquarters, they could not convert prizes to cash. However, he also understood Chenju's predicament, so he did not outright refuse. After all, Chenju was the #1 martial arts prodigy to emerge from Sioux City's competition. "Let me ask the leaders about it, little brother." "Thank you." Chenyu went off to make a call. Some classmates directly drove away in the cars. "Everyone, see you at next year's competition." They greeted each other, all departing. "Chenju, I'm off too. Let's spar often in the future." Wang He also left. Lu Chenju quietly waited for the result. Before long, Chenyi returned. "Sorry to keep you waiting, little brother." "It's fine. As for converting the prize into cash, I talked to the company and they agreed. Additionally, I have here a talent investment and training agreement tailored for you. Would you like to take a look?" Chenyi had asked directly to the leadership. After watching Lu Chenju's match and understanding the relevant details, the upper management had approved his training agreement with unprecedented speed. Chapter 111, 101 Major Nursery. Talent Investment Training Agreement. Lu Chenju had also heard of it for the first time. "May I invite my master over?" He needed Jai Chuantong's counsel. Chenyi smiled and said, "Of course, it would be best to bring your guardian as well. If you have the time, you can also search online for our Taoist Talent Incubation Project. Taoist Science and Technology is a century-old enterprise, always responding to the national call to vigorously promote the martial arts development initiative. The state provides key support to those with higher root bone, while enterprises like ours fill the gap in nurturing ordinary root bone individuals with humble backgrounds, uncovering hidden talents, ensuring mutual benefits and win-win scenarios for both the enterprise and the trainees." Chenyi introduced a lot, and Lu Chenju listened attentively. He knew that this might be his opportunity. After university, given his family background and root bone, It would indeed be difficult to make his way without financial support. Shiryu hadn't managed to stay on after 4 years, partly for this reason. The richer are martial, the poorer literary. Money is something the more the better. It didn't take long for Jai Chuntong to arrive backstage. I am Lu Chenju's true inheritor master, bright-winged swallow Jai Chuntong. Chen Yi immediately extended his hand and greeted. Hello, Su District Head of Daoist Science and Technology, Chen Yi. In terms of wealth, he was certainly far superior to Jai Chuntong. But in terms of social status, it was not certain. Even if Jai Chuntong was only a breakthrough first ranker, ordinary people like them must respect him. Martial artists, they protect the country and maintain peace, punishing evil. Jai Chuntong smiled and said, General Chen, good to meet you. I hear your company wishes to sign an agreement with Chenju. Yes, you must be aware that the first city-level exchange competition that Daoist Science and Technology hosted down south was held in Sioux City. We aim to tap into this market while also seeking to unearth potential talent, to serve the nation and the people. I understand, let me see the agreement. Jai Chuantong naturally knew that Chen Yi was using official jargon. The essence was still about making money. Enterprises are all the same, which is beyond reproach. Chen Yi said, Please follow me to the company. Okay. 12 noon. Technology Park. An office building by the rather ordinary Jinji Lake. Daoist Science and Technology. I remember it being a bank not long ago. Lu Chenju, not having been here for a while, mumbled to himself. After getting out of the car, Chen Yi explained. Yes, we bought it earlier this year. Lu Chenju felt a stir inside. This was one of Sioux City's most luxurious commercial areas. With Daoist Science and Technology buying a building here, it was evident how strong their finances were and how determined they were to break into the southern market. Chen Yi was very respectful in front of a martial artist, but as soon as he entered the building, his aura was fully unleashed. One could tell from the employees' looks how high his status was. Jai Chuantong, looking at the two security guards at the entrance, smiled and said, Ninth-rank experts as security, quite impressive. Chen Yi gave a slight smile. We also have a martial artist permanently stationed in this building, also our company employee, with an annual salary higher than that of a manager. Master Jai, if you ever tire of running your martial arts academy, you could come here and experience a different life, haha. Jai Chuntong shook his head. Forget it, I don't like working for others. Chen Yi explained. Actually, it's not really like working. It's more like those old family clans hiring a skilled person to offer their services. Besides maintaining law and order as per the contract, nobody can order them around. Our company even has a dedicated martial arts room for daily training of martial artists. Listening to this conversation, Lu Chenju felt a pang of emotion. Martial artists make money so easily. A manager at Daoist Science and Technology probably earns a few million a year, right? Just sit here for a day without affecting your training, and everything is provided for you, including food and shelter. Honestly, he felt a bit ashamed of his own envy. The employees of Daoist Science and Technology had also watched the competitions over the past couple of days. Many eyes were focused on Lu Chenju. Damn, it's One Punch Man. His name is Lu Chenju. I'd love to get an autograph. Chen Yi looked at the restless hearts of the employees and laughed. Young man, could you give these folks an autograph after you finish up here? I'm not even a martial artist. I don't have anything worth signing, right? There are plenty of die-hard fans in society. They don't follow celebrities. They follow martial artists, even collecting different martial artists' signature styles and show them off online. Chen Yi said, Don't underestimate yourself. With your potential, becoming a martial artist is a sure thing. Signing autographs now will give these people something to brag about in the future. All right, but I can't stay too long. I have classes this afternoon. It wasn't a big deal, so Lu Chenju was accustomed to pleasing the crowd. Chen Yi's opinion of Lu Chenju rose even higher. Through his work, he had interacted with many talented martial artists, some of whom were incredibly arrogant. Even if he, a Daoist Science and Technology executive, greeted them with a smile, they wouldn't give him the time of day. He understood the pride of martial artists, but they should still not be so detached from the human world. After all, the money the state uses to cultivate martial artists mainly comes from millions of ordinary people. While martial artists should have an imposing spirit, they should also stoop to peer into the mortal world. This kid would definitely make it big someday. In Chen Yi's office, Lu Chenju, Jai Xuantong, and a private lawyer specifically called in by old Jai were present. As for the elderly couple, they completely agreed with Lu Chenju's decision. Old Jai cautioned, "Lawyer Tian, you need to read this carefully. Don't let us get sold out." Lawyer Tian adjusted his glasses and smiled. "Rest assured, our Spectrum firm is a professional team. I will interpret every clause and sentence for you." Chenju found himself a good master. Having practiced for so many years, he was a legal consultant for many martial arts academies. He had never seen a master care so much for their disciple. He even suspected that Lu Chenju might be Jai Xuantong's illegitimate child. Chen Yi laughed. "These terms are standard for the company. Rest assured, the country places such importance on martial arts talent, we wouldn't dare to play smart and twist things." After Lawyer Tian finished the detailed interpretation, Lu Chenju and Jai Xuantong understood every term and legal subtlety. The Taoist Science and Technology Talent Cultivation Agreement was for a period of 4 years. Over 4 years, Taoist Science and Technology would provide Lu Chenju with an annual Taoist scholarship of 500,000 yuan, totaling 2 million yuan. After 4 years, based on actual circumstances, Taoist Science and Technology would decide whether to renew the contract, primarily dependent on Lu Chenju's potential. If the prodigy fell, the company certainly wouldn't continue investing. However, if Lu Chenju thrived within the 4 years and his potential rating increased, the company would raise the scholarship and intensify cultivation efforts. On the contrary, the company wouldn't reduce the amount. The annual 500,000 yuan was guaranteed. During the contract period, Lu Chenju was mainly obligated to participate in some commercial activities for Taoist Science and Technology, such as promotional shoots, product endorsements, and to take part in commercial competitions, receive PR work, gain more popularity, and thereby contribute to the company's business. Competition winnings were all Lu Chenju's to keep. Taoist Science and Technology didn't interfere with his normal practice and classes, as it was not allowed by the state. As long as he fulfilled his few obligations, there would be no penalty for breach of contract. With the status of a Dragon City martial arts university student, even a giant corporation wouldn't dare to pull any tricks. The 24 schools are the pillars holding up the heavens of De Zia's martial arts world. Chapter 112, 102 A-Level Talent. "How about it? Any issues with the contract?" Martial artist Chen Yi patiently waited without rushing. Jai Xuantong asked, "Is Class A the highest standard for talents in your company?" From old Jai's perspective, 500,000 a year is not much. Taoist Science and Technology is too rich. Only divine martial technology is comparable in this field in China. Having thought a bit, Chen Yi smiled and said, "The regular investment talent categories in our company are mainly divided into 4 levels, corresponding to the 4 classes of martial arts universities. A, B, C, D. Class A is equivalent to top class. Such talents in our view are akin to the rare top class root bone. Of course, besides the regular, there are irregular ones. Above Class A, there is Class S, even SS. But such talents are nearly on the par with martial bone Dao embryos. To be honest, with Chenju's current performance, we are not yet ready to make that bet." Old Jai frowned upon hearing this and said gravely, "Didn't I see martial bone Dao embryos when I studied at Dragon City Martial Arts University? With Chenju's performance of breaking through to the 6th rank within a year, he is in no way inferior. I suggest upgrading to Class S." As a master, it was natural for him to fight for Lu Chenju's rights. It was just boasting, and anyway, it wasn't illegal. Chen Yi slightly awkwardly laughed and said, "Don't rush it. The Class A rating is only temporary. This contract means our company will definitely lose money initially. Let me be honest, 500,000 a year is quite a lot. It's enough to buy a house in the suburbs of Sioux City. Think about how many ordinary people struggle for decades, saddled with mortgages, draining their families just for a house. Not to mention, if Mr. Lu can break his limits and become a martial artist in his early 20s, without you even mentioning it, our company's Taoist Talent Project team will proactively promote Lu Chenju to Class S rating. After all, we're actually seeking a martial artist, not just an ordinary fighter. If Chenju's future performance is even better, SS class or even higher ratings are not out of the question. We have the funds." Jai Xuantong's tone softened. "You speak a lot but still show doubt in my disciple. Well, I won't worry anymore. Chenju, do you think you can handle it?" Lu Chenju pondered for a while. "I agree. He needed money now. He wanted to take Bright God #1 monthly, arrange for nourishing organ medicine, golden jade ointment, repay Qin Zheng's 500,000 and buy a better void blade. He wanted so much, but he only had a few 100,000 in savings. He also desired the Class S talent evaluation, but it was reasonable for them to feel he didn't yet deserve it. He would just have to change that in the course of their cooperation. Anyway, he was determined to secure that money. Jai Chuantong, well, I support you. Perform well in university. Old Jai believed that Lu Chenju would soon prove Daoist science and technology wrong and make them willingly offer the Class S contract. This was called, do not underestimate the youth in poverty. Lawyer Tian said, Master, I need to leave now. There's still work at the firm. Don't rush, leave after signing. Okay. After signing, Lu Chenju took his original contract. Xiao Lu, remember to keep it safe. Lawyer Tian reminded him. Chen Yi extended his hand. Congratulations, Mr. Lu. From today onwards, we're not only business partners, but also comrades in arms. In the field of business competitions, your name represents Daoist science and technology's name. I have a premonition that one day you will become a glory of our Daoist science and technology. Jai Chuantong waved his hand dismissively. All right, stop blowing your own trumpet. You're still hesitant to offer a Class S contract. Chenju, let's go. I'll take you back to school for classes. Lu Chenju shook hands with Chen Yi. Thank you, President Chen and the company. I'm pleased with our cooperation. On the way back to school, the old couple also called to check on various things. Li Xianghua asked, a big company won't cheat us ordinary folks, right? Lu Guoping. I've had it checked. Daoist science and technology is also state-owned. It's fine. 500,000 is just a small amount for such a company. Sooner or later, Chenju will earn it back for the company. Not to mention anything else. Just take this tournament. If it wasn't for Chenju's brilliant performance making it to the top of Sioux City's hot events and attracting so many ticket purchases, how would they make money? Lu Chenju responded, Mom and Dad, you don't need to worry, just focus on practicing your boxing and keeping healthy at Master's house. Remember to drink the medicine I bought for you. Your chi blood is hoped to break through level 1. They had worked hard for half their lives. It was time they enjoyed some peace. Dragon City High School, at the school gate. Go on in, study hard. Jai Chuantong looked at Lu Chenju, his eyes filled with emotion. A year ago, Lu Guoping had come to him, endlessly praising Lu Chenju's diligence and eagerness to learn, reluctantly paying 60,000 for 30 classes. Normally, classes at Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall started from 72 sessions, 1 per week. Moved by compassion, old Jai had finally agreed to Lu Guoping's request. The wheels of fate had begun to turn, and old Jai had discovered Lu Chenju. Thank you, Master, for all your trouble these past few days. That's enough politeness. No matter whether others respect you or not, you must always maintain your confidence. What others think is bullshit. I'm the greatest. I understand. Watching old Jai drive away, Lu Chenju's heart was similarly filled with emotion. He returned silently to his classroom in Dragon City campus. Everyone was in the middle of class, cautious not to be loud, but their excited expressions revealed that they could hardly contain themselves. Sure enough, as soon as class ended, a crowd surged around him, teasing and joking. Holy crap, isn't that the #1 in Sioux City? Xiao Lu, when are you going to become the national champion? Welcome, Champion Xiao Lu, to bless Dragon City with your presence. Enough said, it's your treat. Where's the window car? Show it to us. People bantered back and forth. What are you all doing? Get to the training field and practice your punches. All you think about is treating others, acting like people in society, such a bad habit. Yu Zheng rebuked them, driving the crowd away. He said earnestly, Chenju, now that the competition is over, calm your mind and seriously practice your fist technique. The school doesn't forbid students from participating in commercial competitions and cooperating with commercial companies. However, teachers in the past have seen students who initially had a good mindset for martial arts cultivation, but after gaining fame from competitions, they gradually became arrogant and too concerned with fame and fortune, even to the extent of impeding their martial arts cultivation. This is missing the forest for the trees. Remember, real strength is the foundation. Fame and fortune are just accessories. Of course, I'm not trying to discourage you. I still wish you to win the championship. In martial arts cultivation, root bone, comprehension, resources, and luck are one aspect. Attitude and willpower are also crucial subjective factors. Yu Zheng seldom met a top-class talent like Lu Chenju, especially with a low-class root bone. Knowing how rare this was, he hoped Lu Chenju wouldn't fail. I will never forget the teachings of my teacher. Good, go then, celebrate with your classmates. Forget treating them. Save your money to buy some medicine, that's much better. They're just teasing, don't take it seriously. Yu Zheng turned and left. Lu Chenju went to the training field and shared his experiences and insights from the competition with his classmates. There would be many more official and commercial competitions in the future, and everyone would have a chance. Wang Gang ran over from next door, excitedly saying, Chenju, you've once again seen the importance of hard Qigong, right? Balancing internal and external training. No one within the same rank can match you, that's invincibility. Heh, once I master the iron crotch skill, I'll teach it to you. This life-saving divine skill is a must for every man. Lu Chenju asked doubtfully, What level have you reached? Wang Gang scratched his head. Just a beginner. Then keep practicing. When you've mastered it, I'll consider learning the iron crotch skill. This isn't just any fist technique. Learning it wrong could ruin my life. At 2 p.m., Hong Fu arrived at the training field for the fist technique class, a smug look on his face. Didn't I tell you, tiger form suits you best? A classmate asked. Teacher, can I switch to learning tiger form? Hong Fu glared at him. Are you sure tiger form suits you? The best style is the one that suits you. After class, he took Lu Chenju to the office. So, are you ready to start learning first-class martial arts? I'm ready. Lu Chenju had long wanted to learn but had been busy striving for ranks. Now, with the winter exams safely passed, the dust had settled, and it was time to start learning. He had also witnessed the formidable power of Black Dragon 18 Hands and Spring and Autumn Palm. Hong Fu smiled. First-class martial arts shouldn't be learned too early or too late. With your current talent, you need to start learning ahead of time to have a unique skill by your side when you enter university. Chapter 113, 103 Tiger Spirit Divine Strike. Hong Fu took out 4 martial arts boxing manuals and introduced them, saying, These 4 are the first-class martial arts techniques I have mastered: Tiger Roar Mountain River Fist, Tiger Spirit Divine Fist, 5 Tigers Life-Cutting Saber, and Tiger Shadow Mysterious Steps. Although I am now close to breaking the second shackles, I frequently use them. Apart from the Tiger Shadow Mysterious Steps, practicing the other 3 techniques to perfection can let your chi blood reach the 9th rank. Paired with Heavenly Pile and other martial arts, it is not hard to grind your chi blood up to the standard of the extreme limit realm of the 10th rank. Look at the basic introductions and choose one. With your current cultivation, you do not need to practice a first-class movement technique just yet. That is something to consider only above the power transformation realm. Mountain Crossing Body will be sufficient for you to use for a long time. I understand, teacher, Lu Chenju replied. Lu Chenju took the manuals and compared them closely. After he had finished, Hong Fu roughly introduced them again. Tiger Roar Mountain River Fist originated from the Luo Water Chuoba family in the old Central Plains area and was later improved by the Martial Arts Association. The style of this fist is broad and extensive, upright and honorable. Tiger Spirit Divine Fist was originally a fraudulent trick among itinerant Taoists, but our former principal of Dragon City Martial Arts University, Patriarch Dragon Juniper Li Huyi, blazed a new trail by extracting its essence and discarding the dross, creating this first-class martial arts. The so-called divine strike was originally a technique for inviting a deity to possess one's body, but martial artists firmly believe there are no all-knowing and omnipotent gods in the world. The god within humans is our own body, forged 1,000 times, and our unyielding will. Therefore, the inviting of a god here refers to drawing on the divine storage power from the acupoints within us. The more acupoints are opened, the stronger the power. Once perfected in your body, you can gather the formless and insubstantial Tiger Spirit Evil God. The Tiger Spirit merges with the aura, which can be said to be the embryonic form of a martial artist's aura. Hearing about Chipo, Lu Chenju recalled the corpse guardian Evil Tiger. He couldn't help asking, Teacher, I once saw what seemed to be a black tiger crouching behind the corpse guardian Evil Tiger. It looked both real and illusory. I'm not sure if it was just a trick of the eye. Is that thing a Chipo? Hong Fu smiled and said, Then you are fortunate. Senior Lu rarely shows his Chipo in front of ordinary people. Yes, that black tiger is indeed a Chipo, But to reach his level, you must at least break the third shackles, and you must influence your own chi blood with a powerful will and aura to finally externalize your own chi po through the transformation of your chi blood. If you just want to gather a chi po that can aid in combat, breaking the second shackles is enough. It is well known that martial arts is the path of cultivating spirit, energy, and essence together. When your will and spirit are strong enough, you can nurture a primary stage chi po, which cannot be externalized but can be used through your aura to attack and shake the enemy's spirit, causing them to experience illusions that take physical form. Chi po may not be a decisive factor in battles between martial artists, but it is a magic weapon against formless and elusive spectral void things. If you had seen your lose strength, you wouldn't need to actually fight. Merely by releasing your invincible chi po, you could suppress the weak void things within your vicinity. Envious, right? Lu Chenju nodded. Envious? If you're envious, then practice well. Lastly, this 5 Tigers life-cutting saber should be the most powerful amongst these 3 offensive martial arts techniques, especially since it's a saber technique. Before breaking the shackles, having alloy cold weapons gives an absolute advantage in battles against martial artists. But honestly, when competing with others in the school, it's generally more common to use fists. My suggestion is to first practice Tiger Spirit Divine Fist or Tiger Roar Mountain River. If you later become interested in saber techniques, then practice 5 Tigers Life-Cutting Saber. By the way, I remember you once passed the qualification test for a void blade. With that certificate, you can carry weapons with you. Lu Chenju was lost in thought. He actually preferred using fist techniques. The path of saber techniques had never crossed his mind, and even if he were to equip cold weapons, he thought about using the less popular ones, fist blades. But as the saying goes, an inch longer, an inch stronger. In terms of straightforward power and lethality, saber techniques were certainly more ferocious. Oh well, no point in agonizing over it. Let's focus on fist techniques for now. As his strength improved, most cold weapons would become obsolete, and eventually he would have to resort to using his fists. Teacher, I will practice the Tiger Spirit Divine Fist. Divine Strike and Chi Po were related and much more profound. Very well. Hong Fu instructed Lu Chenju to watch carefully as he leaped onto the wooden pile, limbering up his limbs, and then crossed his arms, clenching his fists inward, a stance similar to the beginning form of hard Qi Gong. Tiger Spirit Divine Strike requires you to first learn to control your Qi. You have practiced hard Qi Gong, so this should be relatively easy for you. When controlling Qi, pay attention to the changes in the acupoints that have already been opened within your body. You must highly focus your intention to sense the mysteries within. Lu Chenju had a question. Teacher, what does it mean to be highly focused? He had just tried it, and it seemed like he felt nothing. Hong Fu answered. Good question. Since you have studied martial arts history, you should know that elephant form fist has ancient origins. Among them, the national hero General Yue was proficient in this method. He once asked a similar question to Zen Master Dayue, who instructed him to observe cats catching mice. Cats catching mice. When a cat hunts a mouse, its eyes stare fixedly without blinking. It stations its 4 feet firmly on the ground, all its senses are aligned. It remains straight from head to tail. Then every move it makes hits the target, its mind free of distractions. Its intention ceases all irrelevant thoughts, its 6 senses in stillness, sitting quietly and deeply focused. This is what it means to be highly focused. Lu Chenju remembered. When a cat caught a mouse, it indeed seemed to follow this principle. Hong Fu continued. When I ask you to control Qi, I want you to push this Qi up to the forebrain and down to the Danshan, concentrating your spirit, energy, and essence along this Qi line. Your attention will then follow the Qi line into the acupoints, threading it like a needle, pulling on the divine power and spreading it throughout the entire body, completing one cycle of divine strike. If it's difficult in the early stages, there's another method to help you grasp it. You can intentionally breathe in and swallow saliva, and as you follow the saliva down, let your attention descend. Although it's not complete, it aids in understanding the basics. In critical moments, this method can even be life-saving, referred to as corpse guardian in Taoist terms. An example is that, if you're shot and it doesn't hit a vital area, you might not die immediately. During that time, by counting and concentrating your will to control your body, merging spirit, energy, and essence, you ignite your life's potential. Hong Fu's explanation was clear and easy to understand, leading Lu Chenju to a realization. He finally understood why learning martial arts required a gradual and orderly progression. building up strength and mastering the essentials through third-class martial arts, transitioning step by step to second-class and first-class martial arts, was the proper path. Unlike Wang Keiying, who forcibly studied first-class martial arts, often lacking a solid foundation and depth, which made them less effective in real combat than him. Hong Fu added, "The Tiger Spirit Divine Fist is one of the most challenging in first-class martial arts, akin to the status of Tiger Supreme Fist in second-class martial arts, because some of its martial arts principles border on the realm of true skill and involve the cultivation of intangible matters, like the willpower. If you could master it perfectly, paired with your foundation in hard Qigong, I can guarantee that within the same realm and function, no one would be more formidable than you." Chapter 114, 104 Inviting God into the New Era. Hong Fu started blowing the virtues of the tiger form again. Lu Chenju had gotten used to it, finding Hong Fu quite endearing, like an old child who would never grow up, with an innocent's heart for martial arts and serious dedication to it. After 2 hours of strenuous practice, he had still not achieved a beginner's understanding. But Hong Fu wasn't disappointed. This was a first-class martial arts technique. For someone of Lu Chenju's age to master it in 2 hours, that would only happen to a 1,000-year-old monster reincarnated from a novel. In the evening, Heavenly Pile class, Lu Chenju learned the pile skill for the 12th acupoint, known as the Spirit Acupoint. It was another important spot, which could calm the mind and aid in concentration. Yu Zheng said that for improving the spiritual power and willpower of those practicing martial arts, this spirit aspect played a significant role. It even had a certain restraining effect against the erosion of one's mental will by void things. Dragon and Tiger Heavenly Pile, 12th Acupoint 1%. I'll aim to unlock the acupoints within 40 days. Having set this plan, Lu Chenju immersed himself heart and soul in the Heavenly Pile cultivation, which others found monotonous and tedious. Even Grandmaster Wang complained about how bitter and tiring it was. The following day, Shiruyu's match had also concluded, ending in the top 16. Even so, the Foundation Award for the youth category was quite generous. She received 3 vials of Bright God No 1 medicine. In the martial arts room, Hong Fu's punches hit the iron pile with a solid force, each strike faintly accompanied by the sound of a tiger's roar, as if a fierce tiger had possessed him, achieving a fusion between human and tiger. He finished his set and stood firm, exhaling a long breath. The iron pile bore the marks of claws and punches, scarred all over. See that? That's inviting tiger to possess. It involves borrowing the mysterious power from the acupoint and controlling it with one's own essence, breath, and spirit. This is the new era of invoking the divine. Hong Fu's gaze was fierce, staring at Lu Chenju like a tiger. New era of invoking the divine. Lu Chenju pondered over the term Hong Fu had concocted. It did make some sense. After 3 days of cultivation and through their joint efforts, he had finally grasped some tricks. He concentrated, used his breath to control his saliva, and directed his attention downward from his mouth, using this momentum to successfully sense the acupoints. Invoke the divine. Feeling a faint awakening of some power within him, Lu Chenju began his stance and started practicing the first move of the fist form, Sleeping Tiger Awakening. He began striking the iron pile. With his current level of cultivation, his punches were moderate enough not to injure his hands, which meant he could progress from wooden piles to iron piles. His body was no longer fragile from long-term cross-training. Thump! The dull sound of metal being struck echoed as Lu Chenju executed the second move, leading Tiger down the mountain, the third, inviting Tiger to possess, up to the 10th, Tiger God descending, the 11th, Tiger God demonic, and the 12th, Tiger God returns. After a complete set, Lu Chenju finished and stood firm. That invisible force seemed to retreat back into the acupoint, lying dormant like a sleeping tiger. So this is what invoking the divine truly means. He recalled the ancient saying, there are 36,000 gods in the human body. Why do humans need to believe in gods that are elusive and insubstantial? There are deities within the human body. Martial arts is the process of uncovering the body's potential and allowing the inner deities to shine brightly. Seeing that Lu Chenju seemed to have realized something, Hong Fu smiled and said, the mystery of the acupoints is something you've only just begun to glimpse. Lu Chenju glanced at the martial arts tree and nodded. Teacher, I think I've reached the beginner level. Hong Fu suddenly said with a touch of melancholy. That's good, a beginner in 3 days, faster than I was. I'm ashamed to admit, but your comprehension of martial arts is superior to mine. Your future achievements may even surpass mine. Heaven have mercy, he had taken half a month back then. He was of intermediate root bone quality, and his comprehension was not bad either. If he were in today's high second-level class, he would be at the level of the 4 main officers. It just goes to show that the new waves of the Yangtze River push the old ones forward. Teacher, I'm heading back now. Lu Chenju's voice pulled him back from his thoughts. Hong Fu said earnestly, give it your all and let the teacher see where your limit is. See where the limit of the tiger form is. When you get to the university, you must suppress all the other 100 forms. Lu Chenju looked back and declared, tiger form invincible. This was not flattery for Hong Fu. It was a bold and confident assertion from his heart. The tiger form must possess the spirit of invincibility. The night was clear, the stars sparse at 9 o'clock. The students gradually returned to their dormitories, either practicing martial arts or playing on their phones, while Lu Chenju completed another set of punches on the training ground, looking somewhat stiff and unfamiliar. Tiger Spirit Divine Fist, beginner 2%, right arrow beginner 3%. If it were a second-class martial art, with my current training intensity, I could improve the proficiency by at least 10% per day. The Tiger Spirit Divine Fist is only at 3%, which means it would only become proficient in a month. If he knew the pace of progression Wang Keiying and Wang he had with first-class martial arts, he would not lament about his slow progress. Even for a martial artist, mastering a first-class martial art from beginner to perfection is not an overnight feat. Time passed. On the beautiful shores of Stone Lake, the original sign of Stone Lake University had been taken down. After nearly a year of construction and renovation, a new university was inaugurated. Dragon City Martial Arts University, Sioux City Branch. As a top martial arts school, in addition to the affiliated high schools in more than 10 major cities across Asia, Dragon City Martial Arts University also has 5 main campuses located in Dragon City Headquarters, Changping Branch, Central Plains Branch, Qingyang Branch, and Stone City Branch, spreading across the mountains and rivers of 4 provinces. Of course, it now has 6 campuses. During this time, martial artists with powerful auras came and went from Dragon City Martial Arts University, and even the news mentioned that 4 mysterious grandmasters had come to Sioux City. The other 4 branches each had only 1 grandmaster. With 4 grandmasters, the status of the Sioux City branch went without saying. Just like the branch of Taoist science and technology, the Sioux City branch would become an important front for Dragon City Martial Arts University to expand and develop in the South. If successful, it might even be able to compete with Galaxy Martial University, the leading of the Changxia's top 9 universities, in the future. November 30th. Another major piece of news came through. The breakthrough 5th constraint, a great grandmaster from Jin territory who was a permanent fixture there, 3 extreme Saint Hand Wang Changming, met with the president of Pingjiang Martial Arts University, Cold Mountain Elder Zhang Jizhai, at the Sioux City Martial Arts Association to discuss and plan together. Sioux City enjoys an advantageous geographical location and has been an economic hub since ancient times. Unfortunately, even though it ranks among the top 10 cities in terms of economic strength, its martial arts have always been second class, with Zhang Jizhai being the only native breakthrough 5th constraint. The Tehu virtual calamity posed both a crisis and an opportunity for Sioux City. Based on the strategy of transferring martial strength from the North Martial to the South, the Dazia government was determined to build Sioux City into a new martial arts metropolis. The publicly available information conveyed through their conversation, released by the Martial Arts Association, caused a chain reaction that shook Sioux City. As usual, the most astute were the real estate speculators. They felt that the opportunity for Sioux City's housing prices to rise had come. The houses around Stone Lake were particularly expected to see a significant price increase, with many seeking friends and agents to introduce them to property listings. These days, the residents of Stone Lake Garden felt like it was the new year. They knew that Lu Guoping's house had always been vacant, and many people called the old couple to inquire whether they wanted to sell their modest old house, with the highest offer going up to 30,000 per square meter. Last year, the price here once fell below 20,000. An 80 square meter property rights area in the house, that's 2.4 million yuan. The old couple called Lu Chenju. Son, do you want to sell? Don't sell. Lu Chenju's tone was very firm. As a student about to enter Dragon City Martial Arts University, he had recently heard some rumors in high school. Driven by Dragon City Martial Arts University, the Sioux City government was likely to implement a unified plan for several residential areas around Stone Lake, in tandem with attracting enterprise funds to cooperate with the government to renovate old and dilapidated buildings, creating a martial arts university industrial area around Stone Lake. The goal of the Sioux City government was simple: to follow the Fangshan model, attract more top martial universities to open branches here, and rapidly strengthen Sioux City's martial arts prowess. In a word, his family's home might be slated for demolition. Chapter 115, 1053 Extreme Saint. Lu Chenju's parents were fairly educated, but since they had never entered the martial arts circle, they couldn't compare with Lu Chenju's insight in this area, so they greatly respected his opinion. They resolutely declined all the requests from property speculators. No matter the future value, owning a property in a region of national key planning was always a good decision. Besides, now that Lu Chenju could earn his own money, their family wasn't in dire need of cash for emergencies. The old couple was simply waiting to move into the faculty housing and had no urgency to sell. December 1, 2221. The cold winter wind swept through Stone Lake, but at Dragon City Martial Arts University sports field, the air seemed to have paused, enveloping everything in a serene and solemn atmosphere. A middle-aged man dressed in Dragon City Martial Arts University training clothes stood on the lectern. His face was chiseled and angular, his eyes fierce like a tiger from the greater Khingan taiga, an imposing presence. This man was none other than the three extreme Saint Han Wang Changming, the principal of the Sioux City branch of Dragon City Martial Arts University, a martial arts grandmaster who had broken through the fifth-rank shackles. Thank you to the Sioux City Martial Arts Association. Thank you to the teachers and students from our friendly school, Pingjiang Martial Arts University. And thank you to the various martial arts communities and people of Sioux City for braving the cold to attend our school's establishment ceremony. Dragon City Martial Arts University has a long history. Since its inception, it has provided the nation with a large number of martial arts talents and given birth to many renowned martial arts grandmasters. Wang Changming spoke with ringing conviction. It wasn't just official rhetoric. He harbored the belief that he must make Dragon City Martial Arts University the top martial arts school. After his speech, the audience erupted into applause. To show support, students from the 24 high schools in Fangshan District also came. Despite their rivalries behind closed doors, on the surface, all schools were amicable, maintaining a harmonious and respectful relationship. Three extreme Saint Hand. Lu Chenju muttered to himself. This new principal, reputed to be among the top of those who had broken through the fifth-rank shackles, was ranked along with the Cold Mountain Elder on the All Nations Top 100 list. The All Nations Martial Arts Competition, held every 10 years, had various events. There was the All Nations Talent Competition, which was limited by age. There was the All Nations Extreme Realm Competition, where martial artists of similar realms competed for the title of the unbeatable within their ranks. Martial artists could register for this up to the breakthrough fourth shackles. This competition sought the Heaven and Earth Mysterious Yellow List, with only 100 people listed per list. After breaking the fifth-rank shackles, one had to participate in more significant competitions. That was the All Nations Absolute Peak Competition, in which the Kangshan Dragon King participated. This event drew the highest attention and was the exclusive feast for top-level fighters. The All Nations Absolute Peak Competition would determine the world's number 1, world's number 2, world's number 3, All Nations Top 10, and All Nations Top 100 honors. Those who made it to the All Nations Top 100 were generally among the top few hundred strongest people in humanity, considering there were still many who, for various reasons, did not participate in the competition. At that moment, Lu Chenju was only a few dozen meters away from the three extreme Saint and the Cold Mountain Elder sitting in the guest area. His usually undisturbed heart also held some excitement and nervousness. Yu Zheng gently patted Lu Chenju, whispering, "Don't be nervous. This opportunity to speak on stage is great practice for you. Just maintain your usual mindset. It's a rare chance to be noticed by such powerful figures." Hung Fu also smiled and said, "Exactly. The only time I got to speak with the principal was at the graduation ceremony. You're still in high school and you're going to shake hands with the principal. You're really making a big splash." Other students looked on with envy. Chenju is really taking off, huh? To think he was chosen to participate in the high school student speech. Damn, why didn't I push myself a bit harder back then? Is hard work alone enough? Chenju's comprehension is top level. The significance of his breaking through to the 6th rank in 1 year is too great. I'm not surprised it's him. If senior Chen Yuan hadn't graduated, he might have had a chance too. No way, Chen Yuan's body is in cow camp but his heart is in Han. The school is not that foolish. Over the past half a month, because the branch campus was about to be completed, Dragon City Martial Arts University's main campus let the high school class select a student to give a speech. The main content was to be about some motivational stories and such conventional topics, hence the selection was, in principle, restricted to those with low-class root bone. Low-class root bone, with fast cultivation and enough determination. Who else but Lu Chenju? So with an overwhelming advantage over the others, he was chosen to give a speech. He had carefully prepared the speech for half a month, then had the teachers meticulously review it word for word, lest he misspoke and disgrace the school. He calmed his emotions and waited quietly. As time ticked by, the Cold Mountain Elder, the head of the Sioux City Martial Arts Association, took the stage and delivered a speech, followed by the Sioux City Mayor's address. At last, the host said with a smile, "Let us welcome Lu Chenju, a student from Class 2 of the Sioux City branch of Dragon City High School, to speak on behalf of the outstanding martial arts talents. Despite having low-class root bone, Lu Chenju has been diligent and hardworking in his martial arts practice. Finally, after persevering, he has achieved clarity and secured excellent results, gaining admission to Dragon City High School and winning first place in the Sioux City Exchange competition." After the host finished, a gasp of astonishment resonated from the audience. So impressive. With the same low-class root bone and at the same age, why am I only at 2nd rank? Damn it, I work hard too. Envy, admiration, jealousy, confusion. Lu Chenju took a deep breath, dressed in his training clothes, and strode onto the stage. This was far more nerve-wracking than a competition on the ring. Once he entered the martial arts state, Lu Chenju would find himself in a state of selfless combat, ignoring the gazes of those around him. "Hello, Principal Wang." "Hello, Principal Zhang." Lu Chenju greeted and shook hands with each of the top-level big shots after he got on stage. Wang Chaming said with a gentle smile, "I've heard about you at the headquarters. Keep up the good work." Zhang Jizhe also nodded slightly and said, "Not bad, the mindset is good." Someone of his status did not pay much attention to lower-level affairs, but he had heard of Lu Chenju from his assistant after the Sioux City Exchange competition briefly caught fire. He also knew that Lu Chenju initially wanted to attend Pingjiang Martial Arts University, but he was poached by Dragon City Martial Arts University halfway through. That made him inwardly curse at those shameless folks at Dragon City. Taking a whim, he looked into Lu Chenju's background in detail and found that the boy's epiphany was far from ordinary and that he might awaken the martial bone Dao embryo in the future, making him a talent worth cultivating. A potential talent with limitless possibilities thus slipped through their fingers. It could only be said that these old, top-tier prestigious universities know how to play the game. Not only are they local powerhouses, but they also establish branches across the nation through martial arts academies or affiliate schools to unearth buried talents. In the end, it's Pingjiang Martial Arts University's history and heritage that are lacking, although striving to catch up now, advancing further in face of the top martial universities. Strong defenses is as hard as reaching the heavens. Lu Chenju began his speech with a solemn expression. Below not only were there teachers and students from the school, but old Jai, along with Shi Ruyu and Martial Arts Academy students, as well as his parents, came to show support. The old couple were already crying with excitement. Li Zhangyu kept wiping away her tears. "This is my son." "All right, stop crying, so many people are looking." "Didn't you wipe away tears a moment ago?" Jai Chuantong looked at the lively Lu Chenju. With 1,000 words in his heart, he ultimately sighed lightly and said, "Being young is truly wonderful." Chapter 116, 106 Perfection Through Overcoming Obstacles. Lu Chenju's speech was also very brief. 5 minutes later, after bowing to the seniors and the audience, he stepped down from the stage. In this era, what the general public most wanted to see was the rise of ordinary people, not some fake inspirational stories that end up being the tales of noble disciples. It's true, effort is still necessary. Martial arts is just like that, valuing hard work and dedication. I remember a grandmaster once said, even if someone has the lowest class root bone and the dullest comprehension, as long as they are willing to work hard, there is hope for reaching fourth rank in this life. Many young people were greatly inspired. As for the old hands, they'd had their fill of chicken soup. A rise from a low-class root bone. It certainly was possible, but to think one could achieve 6th rank in 1 year like Lu Chenju, impossible. This Lu Chenju, he either had top-level comprehension with ample resources, or the martial bone Dao embryo had appeared, and it just hadn't been discovered by him and the school yet. Principal Wang applauded and said, I hope all the young people in Dezia can be like Lu Chenju, no matter what situation they find themselves in, not to be arrogant or impatient, never giving up the heart that reaches out earnestly towards martial arts. He, too, had only recently learned of Lu Chenju. As a top-level fighter, he had seen quite a few prodigies who reached 6th or even 7th rank at Lu Chenju's age, but to break through 6th rank within a year, not many. Actually, there was no need to wait for the winter exam. With his power, he could bring Lu Chenju into the university right now. However, everything has to abide by the rules, and the winter exam was only a month away. There was no need to tarnish his reputation over this. He looked at Lu Chenju, who was being surrounded by the crowd below. This young man's spirit was filled with a sincere heart towards martial arts. As long as he could maintain it, he just happened to be looking to support a commoner prodigy from Sioux City to enhance the influence and popularity of Dragon City Martial Arts University. The opening ceremony ended. Dragon City Martial Arts University announced the first batch of winter class students for the 21st session. Since the school had just been established, it had missed the timing for the college entrance exam. Thus, there weren't many students in this batch, just over 200 in total, many of whom were from low-class root bones discovered through martial arts academies or were instant enlightenment individuals who entered society. The students mainly came from the 4 major cities around Huantai Lake: Sioux City, Zicheng, Chang City, and Hu City. These 4 cities were densely populated and economically developed. For a long time, there were only 2 decent martial arts universities: Pingjiang Martial Arts University and Zicheng Martial Arts University. The establishment of the Dragon City Martial Arts University branch was just the beginning. Next, other martial arts universities. Branches will also be established in the Huantai Lake urban cluster, forming a situation of many stars surrounding the moon. They absolutely could not allow the Tehu virtual calamity to erupt on a large scale, let alone spread across the country. Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall. Congratulations, senior sister, you are about to go to the university to register. It's great, Dragon City Martial Arts University. In my dreams, I only dare to dream of Pingjiang Martial Arts University. The students looked at Shiruyu with great reluctance. The Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall had clearly become more populated during this period due to the fame opened by Lu Chenju, and old Jai was raking it in. Shiruyu also felt a bit moved. I will still come to the martial arts hall in the future. University is not like high school. Students just need to attend classes, complete exams and tasks. It's not under a closed campus management. Du said, That's good. Everyone looked at Lu Chenju. Chenju, will you also go to the branch campus in a year and a half? Lu Chenju hadn't yet told everyone about the matter of his exemption from examination for college admission. Perhaps. Old Zhang laughed and said, That's good, coming from the same martial arts academy, you can still look after each other. I heard it's much harder to get by in university than in high school. Take care. Shiruyu explained. In high school, all resources are distributed by the school. In university, you have to fight for them yourself. The competition is indeed fierce. However, by treating people with sincerity, you can still make many good friends. Of course, you can't be too careful. Caution is necessary. She had university experience, so it was no trouble for her. She looked at Lu Chenju, wondering if he would be able to adapt. After Jai Chuntong came out, he laughed and said, Let's go, I'm treating today. Heavenly immortal wild toast. He was in a great mood. During this time in the Sioux City Martial Arts Hall circle, he could be said to have been the center of attention. Everyone knew he had taken on an incredible true inheritance. First place in the Sioux City Exchange Contest, an outstanding student from Dragon City, and shaking hands with a breakthrough 5th prodigy among the top 100 of all nations. At the banquet, old Jai was filled with emotion. In order not to sadden the other students, He didn't overpraise Shiryu or Lu Chenju, but simply told everyone to work hard. I don't deny Chenju's high comprehension, but if he hadn't worked hard, could he have achieved today's success? If a documentary about Chenju could be filmed, truly recording one day in his life, you would all know what real effort is. Old Jai had a lot to say. After the banquet, he gave his last advice to Shiryu. Apprentice, once you've settled into university, when you've got things somewhat figured out, if anyone else from our academy makes it to Dragon City, you'll need to support them. Friends made in your weaker moments on the path of martial arts are the truest. Because when you become powerful, with people flocking from all sides and thousands looking up to you, everyone will claim to be your friend. I understand, teacher. And Jai Feiyan, I won't stop her from coming to Sioux City if she wishes to. By then, you sisters should support each other and take care of Chenju. After all, he's still young and needs to work hard. Eventually, we will all be one family. Old Jai spoke from the heart. When the gathering ended, everyone returned home. Shiryu drove Lu Chenju to the entrance of Fangshan Martial Arts School. She smiled and said, "From now on, we'll be neighbors too, junior brother. Keep up the hard work." Lu Chenju felt a little excited himself. "Senior sister, let's sprint to the end on the martial arts road this time." Not being able to stay on at Pingjiang Martial Arts University had once been Shiryu's biggest regret. The next day, the new students at Dragon City Martial Arts University officially started their school life, and Lu Chenju returned to his normal high school life, training from dawn with the tigers as his companions. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. After finishing his fist technique class, Lu Chenju looked at the martial arts tree. Tiger Spirit Divine Fist, beginner 60%. See sweeping body, great success 100%. The mountain crossing body really is a versatile movement technique, compatible with any tiger form fist. 8 months of cultivation and I'm finally approaching perfection. It wasn't easy. Lu Chenju had started learning the sea sweeping body even earlier, but because tiger form fist was his main focus, the intensity of cultivating mountain crossing body far surpassed the former, eventually surpassing it. I'll strive to reach perfection today and witness the divine seed born from this movement technique. Holding onto this expectation, Lu Chenju ate dinner and then trained late into the night at the training ground, like a fierce tiger patrolling and hunting in the mountains, his gaze bright and fierce. "Senior brother Lu, would you like to spar?" He hadn't been practicing long when he heard Wang Keiying's voice. "Come on up." "Okay." Wang Keiying got into position, feeling that she had deepened her understanding of combat recently and thinking she must have improved. At least to the point of fighting to a draw, hopefully. Fists and feet are blind, protect yourself well. After giving this reminder, Lu Chenju started hard qigong and launched himself forward. After a round of sparring, he felt that Wang Keiying had indeed become stronger. It wouldn't be difficult to defeat her within 50 moves, but Lu Chenju was in no rush. He wanted to refine mountain crossing body to perfection in a real fight. He deliberately lowered his attack strength and started a war of attrition with Wang Keiying. After about an hour of sparring, Lu Chenju suddenly unleashed a ferocious assault, a series of powerful and unstoppable moves like backhand pulls and spinning kicks. Wang Keiying felt increasingly exhausted, her limbs sore and numb, hurting not only her but herself as well when she struck Lu Chenju. This was no way to fight. Cross-training was just too overbearing. Having had enough, Lu Chenju moved around to her back with his movement technique, delivering a powerful tiger tail leg strike to Wang Keiying's buttocks. The young girl's form retreated on the wooden post to dissipate the force, trying to stabilize, as Lu Chenju pressed the attack, unleashing a tiger claw that could ruin an airport, knocking her off the post. Wang Keiying stood up holding her buttocks and said with a smile, "Senior brother, I lasted an hour this time." "Then you're impressive." "It's all right, but I'm still not as good as you, senior brother. Teacher says I have low base strength." "You're still young. Goodbye, I'm going to rest. Next time, I'll hold out for 2 hours." Feeling excited about her progress, Wang Keiying enthusiastically returned home to reflect on her failures and gains. She never considered that Lu Chenju might have been letting her win. Lu Chenju looked towards the martial arts tree, the corners of his mouth involuntarily curled upward. Mountain crossing body, great success 100%, right arrow perfection. Chapter 117, 107 Great King Mountain Patrol. At this moment within Lu Chenju's body, The mysterious power from the acupoint was intensifying both his lower body and full body strength. His bones were robust with a light and flexible resilience, his leg muscles taut like springs, constantly producing crisp snaps. Clouds follow the dragon, tigers follow the wind. His right foot thundered against the ground and he seemed to move with the wind, transforming into a black tiger racing through the forest without any hesitation. Wherever he passed, all rivers, mountains, and spirits bowed in submission. He was the king of all beasts. After hopping around for a while, Lu Chenju concentrated and saw that a black fruit had formed on the martial arts tree, shimmering with tiny letters in a faint white light. Divine Seed Great King Mountain Patrol, first rank, hidden in the Guancheng acupoint. Tiger patrols the mountain, all beasts hide. Effect 1. Tiger Skill Level 1, slightly increases general movement technique comprehension. Effect 2. Tiger Form Level 1, slightly increases tiger form fist boxing comprehension. Effect 3. Mountain Patrol, slightly increases tiger form fist power in mountain and forest environments. 3 effects again. 1 enhancing general movement technique comprehension, another improving tiger form fist comprehension. It seems that if the elephant form correlates movement technique reaches perfection, it can enhance fist technique comprehension. Hence, both fist technique and movement technique should be trained together for optimal results. As for the last one, it seems more suited for wilderness combat. The mountain crossing body technique originated from the old times when martial artists inevitably fought in mountainous and forested terrains, although these terrains have long been replaced by steel jungles and neon cities. But that doesn't matter. What he needs more is the effect on comprehension. Next, Lu Chenju began practicing the sea-sweeping body technique, and after testing, the birth of the divine seed indeed accelerated the cultivation speed of the swallow form body technique. The benefits of stacking divine seeds started to show, forming a snowball effect. While others slowed down in their cultivation progress during the late stages, he continued to rise against the trend. Ding, your bank card ending in 9527 has received a transfer of 500,000 yuan from Taoist Science and Technology, note, Taoist Sapling Cultivation Fund. The crisp notification sound pulled Lu Chenju back to reality. It's been credited already. Lu Chenju never had high expectations for corporate efficiency. Ding, your bank card ending in 9527 has received a transfer of 2 million yuan from Taoist Science and Technology, note, tournament first prize lump sum. Another message hit Lu Chenju. 2 million all in cash. Another pleasant surprise. Lu Chenju looked at his current bank balance. Over 3 million, that's like a whole set of property in the inner city. Martial arts changed destiny. The amount most people couldn't save in 30 years without eating or drinking, he, a minor, had earned in just 1 year, and this was just the beginning for Lu Chenju. If I reach the realm of 3 extreme saint, maybe money will just be a number. For those on the Wanbang Top 100 list, their only pursuit in this life is to reach even greater heights. Early the next morning, after practicing his fist technique at the Tiger Garden, Lu Chenju went to the cafeteria to eat. Liu Huan, holding his food, sat down and said quietly yet excitedly, "Comrades, the list of the 4 grandmasters at the branch school has been confirmed." These people, who were certain to enter the branch school, were particularly interested in such matters. Lu Chenju also leaned in to listen while eating. The grandmaster was the face and banner of the school. Liu Quanhai asked, "Class leader, we didn't see the news, did we?" The others also looked curious. "Yeah, where did you hear about it?" Liu Huan grinned. "I'm just telling you few for now. Let's not spread it yet. Tomorrow morning, at the Dragon City Martial Arts University's freshman opening ceremony, these grandmasters will officially make their appearance." Huo Tianyu smiled and said, "Rest assured there's no mole." Liu Huan exclaimed in excitement. This time, among the 4 grandmasters visiting the branch school, 2 are Heavenly List grandmasters. What, Heavenly List grandmasters? Keep your voice down. Damn, what a luxurious lineup. Lu Chenju was also somewhat surprised. He had underestimated the national emphasis on the Sioux City branch school. Heavenly List grandmasters and ordinary grandmasters were not the same concept at all. These were individuals who could rank in the top 100 among all the breakthrough 4th powerhouses in all countries. Wang Jidao was very strong, but he was not a Heavenly List grandmaster. After all, He had broken through the breakthrough fourth relatively late. Mostly, those who were promoted to the heavenly list were old monsters who had been grandmasters for a long time. Many were over 200 years old, and the younger ones were all outstanding geniuses like Li Longwang. Liu Huan boasted proudly. Zhenjiasen Lai Yuandao, skilled in bear form, Jishui leopard Lin Feng, proficient in leopard form. Though these two have not made it to the heavenly list, they are also highly renowned. You must have heard of them, but the next two are even more incredible. Number 72 on the heavenly list, Zhu Tiandao Yao Guang, a master of eagle form, and as for the last one. Liu Huan paused deliberately, a sly smile on his face. Stop beating around the bush, just tell us. Right. Liu Huan cracked a grin and clenched his fist. Dragon King Jing Longwang Wusheng, a master of dragon form. Lu Chenju's expression shifted slightly. He couldn't help saying. The Dragon King, who is 7th on the heavenly list. In the history of the all-nations martial arts competition, those among the top 10 of the heavenly list are highly likely to overcome the breakthrough 5th and become top-level powerhouses. Yuan Zhigang said. So the Dragon King is here. I remember only 2 masters of elephant form in the top 10 of the heavenly list, the other being Chaos Sky Ape Sun Ju, ranked 9th. Liu Huan continued. Although our Dragon City Martial Arts University also has several grandmasters, there are only 3 listed in the heavenly list. This time 2 of them are here to support the branch school. Holy shit, will our branch school become headquarters eventually and turn the table on Heavenly Gang? Everyone became more and more excited as they discussed. Initially, many were somewhat resentful for not being able to go to the headquarters, but now they felt fortunate instead. As for Lu Chenju, he had thought the branch school was quite good from the start. He had the martial arts tree. As long as the teaching staff was decent, it didn't matter where he was. After all, the resources in the university were mainly to be fought for by oneself. Without hard work or capability, even if you went to a genius class at Galaxy Martial University, you would still achieve nothing. He had also grown accustomed to the land of Sioux City. People from Dazia had a deep attachment to their homeland. Beautiful Life Cosmetic Surgery Hospital. Gold Medal Physician's Office. Dr. Chen Yangjing finished examining a female patient's surgically enhanced breasts and weighed these blasphemous products of technology with disdain in his heart, while his face maintained a professional smile. No problems now. Dr. Chen, last night I think I dreamt that I turned into an incredibly beautiful goddess. She told me that as long as I believe in myself, believe in beauty, one day, I would become as beautiful as her. Are there miracles in this world? Dr. Chen Yangjing smiled and said, if you believe, they exist. If you don't, they don't. I've been looking in the mirror recently, and I feel that I've indeed become somewhat more beautiful, though it's not obvious. Maybe it's the charisma from the confidence I've gained. Dr. Chen nodded slightly upon hearing this. The human spirit has infinite power. As long as you keep a devout heart towards beauty, you can change the outside from within. Thank you, Dr. Chen, for clearing my doubts. It's great to have you. After sending off another female patient, Dr. Chen sighed inwardly. Spreading faith is getting harder and harder. It's only these culturally lacking female influencers that are easy to hook. But that's not enough, nowhere near enough. When will my lord be able to mold his own, red dust true body in this world? I need to think of other methods. Tapped his fingers on the desk and looked out at the world today, where only some foreign lands were suitable for spreading teachings. On the other hand, within the borders of Dazia, the last bastion for preaching was Sun and Moon Island, a place brimming with various sects, so magical that even the main characters from the monster movies of Sakura Island could be worshipped as gods. But the sanctity of that last bastion was ruined after Dragon and Tiger Academy went there. He pondered countermeasures, then incidentally saw the pop-up news on his phone about Lu Chenju speaking as the outstanding student representative, which irked him. Chapter 118, 108 Golden Jade Ointment. Once the blood bodhisattva is refined, I, the squad leader, will strangle you all. Chen Yangjing, as the squad leader of the Heart Happiness sect, held a high and influential position. He had several incense masters and hall masters under his command, all of whom boasted strengths surpassing that of a martial artist. Only the youngsters of martial bone Dao embryo caliber were worthy of mobilizing the precious incense masters to assassinate in stealth. His mission was to snuff out those non-martial artists with talent at the lowest possible cost, thereby weakening the strength of the Dazia martial artists community from multiple angles. Currently, those little geniuses from Fangshan weren't worth the effort. The organization was too weak to confront De Zia head-on. Otherwise, they wouldn't be skulking in the shadows, engaging in petty theft and minor disturbances. They would have revolted and changed the heavens long ago. Their only advantage was hiding in the dark places abroad, while also maintaining contact with the deities of the Void Realm, allowing them to wield extraordinary techniques endowed with supernatural powers. Last year, he had also requested an ace sniper to attempt to infiltrate Fangshan and assassinate Chen Yuan. However, Master Wang caught him on the spot. Fortunately, Chen Yanjing had been careful and cautious, employing the assassin through the underground task announcements of the Black Knight organization, which prevented his own exposure. Since then, he had given up on using people for assassinations. Only by employing void things did he have the most reliable means of assassination. If void things were caught, they couldn't betray him. Even with the skills of those physically adept martial artists, no grandmaster could hope to trace back to him through a void thing. Nightfall descended. Outside of the beautiful Life Hospital, a luxury car slowly approached the woman ahead, coming to a stop beside the beauty. Chen Zhen, dressed in plain clothes and wearing sunglasses, dangled a cigar from his lips and asked with a smile, "Beautiful lady, aren't you afraid to walk alone at night as darkness falls? Aren't you afraid of bumping into void things?" The beauty was the female patient who had just left the hospital. She looked at the handsome Chen Zhen and the car worth at least 3 million, flipped her hair confidently, and smiled. "Handsome, would you like to give me a lift?" Chen Zhen blew out a smoke circle. "It would be my pleasure." Chen Zhen had always been suspicious of Chen Yanjing and periodically came here incognito to collect evidence, hoping to find clues through these female patients. Chen Yuan's mother had also died at the hands of the cult, and Chen Yuan's desire to join Dragon and Tiger Academy was also spurred by word that the school had developed true skill martial arts specifically effective against cults. Father and son had never given up their pursuit of revenge. December 3, Stone Lake, cold winds and waves. Dragon City Martial Arts University's grand opening ceremony was officially held in the auditorium. The four great grandmasters, Zhenju Shan, Ju Tiandao, Jai Shui Bao, and Jing Long Wang, finally made their appearance. Their furnace-like vast chi blood dissipated the wintry chill, stirring the passion of the students. Shiruyu also felt a surge of excitement. Pingjiang Martial Arts University certainly had several grandmasters, but they were younger grandmasters lured with high fees from other schools. This was her first time witnessing heavenly list grandmasters. Each one had an extraordinary presence. Classmates from Dragon City High School, who had come to join the excitement, were also thrilled. It's worth it seeing 4 grandmasters in person at once. Martial arts grandmaster, the ultimate dream of many. In the back row, Lu Chenju was also admiring the grandeur of the grandmasters. He once thought martial artists were unattainably high. Now, he too was confident of reaching the status of a martial arts grandmaster. After the ceremony ended, Lu Chenju greeted Shiruyu and then rushed to the medical room of Dragon City Martial Arts University. As a student of the affiliated high school, he was eligible to purchase medicine there. He needed to convert his savings of over 3 million into strength. The high school infirmary stocked only basic medicines. The variety in the Martial Arts University's medical room was much more comprehensive. The physician in charge of dispensing medicines was a retired martial artist of advanced years. He scrutinized Lu Chenju and his high school training clothes. "Young man buying medicines." "Yes, senior. You'll find it cheaper at the high school medical room. They don't have the medicines that I want." "What are you looking for?" "I'd like 2 boxes of Bright God No. 1 and 4 boxes of Golden Jade ointment." "That's going to cost quite a bit of money." "I have money." The old man had someone go to the pharmacy to find the medicine. Before long, he handed a medicine bag to Lu Chenju. "Check it, the total comes to 240,000. Lu Chenju opened the bag. The Bright God No. 1 was fine. The Golden Jade ointment was recommended by Wang Gang. Its effects were better than the Black Jade series, and it could nourish the epidermis to have a handsome golden luster. The only downside was that it was expensive. These medicines would suffice for his inner boxing and cross-training cultivation for a month. Even ordinary wealthy families wouldn't dare spend this way. But for martial arts, Lu Chenju wasn't afraid to spend money. "Thank you, senior." The old man watched Lu Chenju's departing figure, shaking his head and sighing. Another young fellow addicted to cross-training. Dragon City High School. In the bedroom, Lu Chenju was practicing pile skill with cross-training. Wang Gang still had more than a month before the winter exams and was busy sprinting, unable to come every day to practice cross-training with Lu Chenju. R-head skill, mastery 39%, right arrow mastery 40%. A prompt sounded in his mind. Lu Chenju stopped the machine and paused his cross-training lesson. Hard Qigong was something he was learning on the side. Reaching mastery, being able to increase proficiency by 1% per day was enough. Lu Chenju didn't plan to waste more time on it. Pile skill and fist technique were the foundation. Additionally, golden jade ointment couldn't directly accelerate the training of hard Qigong, but it could speed up the healing of Lu Chenju's body, stimulating his physical strength to improve faster. With faster recovery, he could increase the time spent on cross-training. This, in turn, indirectly sped up his hard Qigong cultivation. He took out a pale gold bottle, the rich scent of the medicine spreading out. Lu Chenju poured out some of the powder, mixed it with water to make an ointment, and applied it evenly. Hiss! The wound was burning painfully, as if the skin that had just been scalded was soaked in hot salt water again. Lu Chenju clenched his teeth tightly, sweat pouring down his face. It's too painful. He suddenly realized Wang Gang was pretty formidable after all. The guy's love for hard Qigong was comparable to Hong Fu's love for the tiger. Hard Qigong plus heavenly pile was pure torture. Normal people simply couldn't cultivate both at the same time. Fortunately, Lu Chenju wasn't normal. As long as he could grow stronger, pain and fatigue meant nothing to him. The next day, after heavenly pile class, Yu Zheng called Lu Chenju to his office. He thought for a moment and said, "Chenju, there's something you need to know. Generally speaking, if you are graded Class A after the winter exam on January 10th, you could proceed with the admission procedures for Dragon City Martial Arts University. However, I suggest you postpone enrollment by about 20 days. Lu Chenju thought of something and asked, "Is it because of the Fangshan Martial Arts Tournament?" Yu Zheng smiled and said, "The Fangshan Martial Arts Tournament is on January 30th. With your current strength, unless you're particularly unlucky and get matched with a 7th-ranked competitor right away, it's almost certain you'll make it into the top 100 and claim the guaranteed reward of 200,000. For you, that's not a small sum. If you perform normally, it's not difficult for you to enter the top 30 and claim a reward of 500,000. If you're really lucky, there's a chance of getting into the top 12 to win $1 million. With your age and strength, going to a competitive university teeming with experts, earning another $1 million would be difficult. Don't forget the investment from Daios Science and Technology, just $2 million over 4 years." Yu Zheng made sense. Lu Chenju had been hesitating about this as well. Chapter 119, 109 Martial Arts University Great Merit. He asked, "Will this affect university classes?" Yu Zheng said, "The first month of university is basically about getting to know your classmates and teachers. You don't really learn anything, and the content is pretty similar to high school. I'm just suggesting, you decide for yourself. The school doesn't care about these things since the funding for Fangshan martial arts isn't coming from the 24 schools, it's from Sioux City's treasury. Take it, it's free." "Thank you for the reminder, teacher. I'll depart after the martial arts meeting." Saving up some money before university is definitely a smart move. You should know, a lot of things in university need to be exchanged with great merit. University can be cruel. Martial Arts University opens up the pathway to exchange money for great merit just to quickly gather funds from the wealthy, while the poor have to do tasks. "Teacher, how much money for 1 unit of great merit?" 10,000. "That's expensive." "Yes, it's very expensive for ordinary people, but for the wealthy, it saves a lot of time they would spend on tasks, allowing them to focus on martial arts cultivation instead. Their time is more valuable than money. There's no such thing as absolute fairness in this world, you understand?" "I understand. There's no use talking about it anymore, you can go back. You don't need to be too anxious. After all, you are not like the average student. You were admitted as a Class A martial arts talent, and Martial Arts University will take special care of you. They won't let a lack of money get in the way of your cultivation." After thanking the teacher, Lu Chenju turned and left. He currently had a balance of over 3 million in savings, which equates to just over 300 great merit points. He had asked Old Jai, and Old Jai said that if one were frugal, A typical student could earn about 50 great merit points a year by doing various tasks. Dio's science and technology was exact with their calculations, cutting it close. Shiruyu had said that one reason her cultivation progress wasn't great during university was because her family wasn't so wealthy, and she had to spend a lot of time doing tasks to earn great merit. Time flew by. Lu Chenju continued his cultivation while anticipating the arrival of the winter exams. In the blink of an eye, December 31st arrived. After reaching perfection with the mountain crossing body, Lu Chenju didn't learn any new martial arts. Instead, he squeezed some time from his daily cultivation for the tiger spirit divine fist. In the dormitory, deep into the night, Lu Chenju, in the state of inviting Tiger to possess with angry eyes, fiercely smashed his tiger fist, cracking the long-used oil-soaked wooden pile with a snap, then stopped his movement. Good thing this doesn't count as damaging university property. Since enrolling, he had already broken 10 wooden piles. Tiger Spirit Divine Fist, beginner 100%, right arrow proficient 1%. First-class martial arts are indeed difficult, a whole month to just get proficient. Fortunately, I've opened the Divine Meat Acupoint, and my spiritual power has greatly increased. In the future, my cultivation of such spiritual and momentum-based divine strike techniques should be easier than before. Lu Chenju looked towards the martial arts tree, reviewing his past cultivation achievements. Martial art. Swallow Return Fist, great success 31%. Sea Sweeping Body, great success 62%. Tiger Supreme Fist, small success 51%. Arhat Skill, mastery 73%. Cultivation Technique. Dragon and Tiger Heavenly Pile, 12th Acupoint open. Arhat Skill is likely to reach small success before the Fangshan Martial Arts meeting, allowing me to achieve the Iron Buddha Arhat body. With that, I wonder if my true strength would be comparable to a 7th rank. If he could attain the strength of the 7th rank, his chances of entering the top 10 would be even greater. Senior brother Chen Yuan reached the top 10 in his sophomore year with the cultivation of a 7th rank. It was possible for Lu Chenju to progress in both internal and external cultivation. Sea Sweeping Body could also make a sprint for the perfect realm, only lacking an inspiring moment. I'll visit Stone Lake on a rest day to observe the water birds there. Lu Chenju had visited there before to watch the swallows, but to no avail. Since he then focused on the tiger form fist, that task was put aside. Aside from Arhat's skill and Sea Sweeping Body, it was unlikely to make any breakthroughs in other martial arts before the martial arts meeting. Afterward, Lu Chenju visited the Chi Blood measurement room. You've improved quite a bit since the exchange competition. You're not far from the 3.58 standard of a 7th rank. As long as Tiger Supreme Fist reaches great success, it's a done deal entering 7th rank. Of course, this is just Chi Blood 7th rank. To comprehend the Tiger Venerate Hua realm, one must reach perfection. Chi Blood reached the standard, and with the comprehension of the Hua realm, only then was one considered a complete 7th rank. With or without the Hua realm, the difference was significant. Especially when facing an enemy's offensive, having the Hua realm allowed one to easily defuse it or even counterattack with a swift move. The next morning, after practicing his punches in Tiger Garden, Lu Chenju found dozens of messages popping up on his phone. He was somewhat puzzled and began to check them. Lai Xianghua, happy birthday son, have a bowl of longevity noodles. Lu Guoping, take it easy on your birthday. Jai Chuantong, disciple happy birthday. Shiruyu, happy birthday junior brother. Jai Feiyan. There were also messages from Du, Old Zhang, and a bunch of other contacts that Lu Chenju knew or didn't know, which made him suddenly realize it was his birthday today. After replying to each one, he couldn't help but feel sentimental. Besides my parents, many relatives never used to care about my birthday. Now, all sorts of aunts and uncles are even sending me birthday red envelopes. He wasn't annoyed by these social niceties. The warmth and coldness of the world were just like this. Finally, he arrived at the classroom, where Liu Huan coughed and stood up, saying, "Everyone stand up." Then the classmates stood up with solemn faces. "Happy birthday to Lu Chenju, happy birthday to you." Lu Chenju thought to himself. Thinking about how he would leave at the end of the month, he felt somewhat melancholic and said, "Thank you everyone, I'll treat you all tonight." Liu Huan said, "What are you thinking? I'm the one treating today, how can we let the birthday boy pay?" Tiger Teeth Girl smiled and said, "Exactly, let Liu Huan treat. His family is rich after all." Yu Zheng peeked out from outside the window, watching the teasing classmates. This time, he didn't stop them. This might be Lu Chenju's last meal with everyone. He stood watching quietly for a while, as if recalling the days of his youth, then quietly left. That night, in a private room, Liu Huan led everyone in a feast and even thoughtfully ordered a bowl of longevity noodles for Lu Chenju. Without needing to say anything, everyone could feel that with Lu Chenju's talent, he would probably skip a grade to Dragon City Martial Arts University this winter. Even though it was just next door and not far away, where they could visit each other, it was still two different worlds. At the end of the banquet, Liu Huan raised his glass and said, "Do not worry that no one will know you in the future. Who in the world does not recognize you? I, Liu Huan, believe that one day, the name Lu Chenju will resound throughout Dragon City Martial Arts University." Liu Quanhai also joked, "The class president is being modest. It will resound throughout Dezia." Wen Tian speechlessly said, "This is getting more and more ridiculous. Stop flattering Chenju." Tiger Teeth Girl laughed and said, "The class president even recites poetry now. But I also feel that Sioux City is just a starting point for you, Chenju. Don't forget us old classmates when you get to college." Liu Huan said, "Don't worry, Chenju isn't that kind of person." Lu Chenju also felt a bit of reluctance in his heart. He would not forget these old classmates.